It is time, everyone. The long-awaited, long-wanted video. This is what your chess opening says about you. Look at the amount of openings there are. And we are going to try to go through as many of them as possible today. A bit of rules for this, we're only going through main lines. Only the main line. If you want a video on certain openings with their non-main lines, please let me know in the comments down below. And with that, let us begin our games today. Let's start with the Alakine defense. The main moves of this opening are 1. Here, let me actually get another screen set up here while I'm doing this. Alright. The Alakine's main line goes like this. 1, e4. Knight to f6. e5. Knight to d5. d4. Then we have d6. And knight f3. If you play this, if you genuinely play this, you don't care about main rules or theory. You just prefer making your own path to try to gain or lose Evo. You're probably a troll. You are... Actually, let me correct that. You're definitely a troll if you play this opening. There is no other way I could put this. You're a troll or you're a GM. Those are the only criteria as to why you should be playing this. If you're not either of those, stop it. Get some help, please. Because if you don't stop, you never know. You might get beat one day, and you may get salty. Sorry. That's just the truth. And that's why I said this video is going to be very controversial, and it's going to be very spicy. Next, Amar opening. Now, the Amar opening is a bit of a fun one. So, knight h3. Yeah, you can already see how this is going to be fun. d5. g3. And then we have e5. Obviously, black taking the entire center. And then f4. Bishop takes h3. Bishop takes h3. E takes f4. White castles. Yes, I kid you not, white castles here. F takes g3. And h takes g3. Again, you ignore basic principles, and you're a gambit player. The Amar is literally just a gambit. You hope that your opponent plays these moves. d5, e5, bishop takes, e takes, and then they get greedy and do f takes as well. And you hate normal positions. You want games to be chaotic. You want them to end with somebody crying. That's the AMR opening in a nutshell. Now, the Amazon attack is one that is rarely heard of. If you somehow run into the Amazon attack, yeah, it. Congratulations. D4, D5, Queen, D3. What? Okay. And black will play knight f6 because they're our principal player. Yeah, knight c3. What? Again, you can see a thread here. You don't care about the rules. You're still a troll. No matter how many times people will tell you that this opening is horrible because you're moving your queen instead of literally a knight or your bishop, you keep doing it because you think it's fun and you only play for it to see that wow factor, that time where people finally mess up and give in to it. Yeah, you're still a troll. So yeah, so far, if you play any of the A's, you're just a troll. When it comes to a thing like the but I'm gonna say it wrong. The Amsterdam attack. You start with e3, e5, c4. What? c6. You can already see how this hardly ever happens. Knight c3. Oh wait, I already messed it up. Apologies. c4, d6, knight c3, knight c6, and then you play b3 for some reason. But as black, you just develop normally. Yeah, you can also see this happen based off in English, done absolutely wrong at the start. Yeah, for the Amsterdam, you're very creative. You don't enjoy playing a basic 1e4, 1d4. You prefer obscure paths just to see a unique opening. And you don't want to spend a lot of time memorizing lines. You're one of those people who would rather just trust their train of thought and their gut when playing. And yeah, you don't care what others say. You play you play how you want to play. I forgot that I was going to rank all of these. Let me see if I can find a chess raider. Can I find something? Yeah, no. I won't be able to do it in the sense that I was originally thinking of, which is unfortunate. Yeah, let's just type everything here in the on-stream chat, then. Alakine, Amar, Amazon, all F tier. Amsterdam Attack, let's call it C tier, because you don't take others' advice, but you do play non-theoretical lines, and you do actually win a lot of your matches. Now here's a genuine opening. Anderson's. Sure, you don't see it a lot in the modern day, but when it happens, it happens. Yeah, so Anderson's. Let's just start with the fact that I was debating on doing this. Yeah, 1A3. This is the skin and bones of this. Yeah, this is the uh Anderson's opening. Um, Again, you don't care about rules, you don't care about theory. You're still a troll, and you really don't want to talk to anybody at all. So, yeah. Um, Anderson's opening is probably one of, if not the worst openings to play. Easy F tier. Aussie, 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 Aussie. Yes, we're now going with the Aussie defense. So now we're on the Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Alright. D4. And as black, you're rebellious. Welcome to the Aussie. Um, yeah, you don't want normal games. You make yourself and your opponent question their sanity on move one. To put it simply put. Yeah, if you win, you look like an absolute master, but if you lose, you'll just say it was a meme. Either way, never play it. And yes, everybody on the recording will be able to see this. Finally, a genuine defense. The Barnes. The Barnes. And also, it's our first B. Alrighty. So here we are. The Barnes is 1e4. F6. What? Then we have 2d4. And yeah, this is the Barnes. Again, chuck textbooks in a garbage. Instead of playing normal chess, you want to play mind games with your opponent. Also, if you're not careful, you can play something like this. Oh, scholars. Yeah, this allows scholars mate. Um, you should just never play it. It's horrendous. Now that's the defense. Ha ha. You want the opening? So the opening is even more ridiculous. Um, F3, E5. Yeah. Must I say more? You literally just play the exact same way the Barnes defense does. There is there is no difference. You still cause mate. Must I say anything more? Now we have the Benko Gambit. Now again, we're not going into accepted decline territory. We're just going with the basic theory. The Benko Gambit. D4. Knight. F6. C4. C5. D5. B5. Benko. Now, this is where the gambit gets accepted or declined. So, we're going to play the accepted version, which is C takes, A6, B takes, Bishop takes, and yeah, White's still winning, because C3, D6, E4, and Bishop takes F1. This is still the gambit, guys, because the king is forced to take G6, G3, Bishop to G7, King to G2, castles, Knight to F3, and Knight B to D7. Congratulations, you've played the Benko Gambit accepted, which is the main line. And yeah, you don't care about your opening sacrifices. You'll sacrifice everything. You don't care. You want to just look at the bigger picture. You're a patient and methodical player. Essentially, you play queenside and try to take down your opponents with psychological warfare, and you explain your position methodically. Overall, you're a very good player IRL, and you enjoy playing lots of gambits. Benko, either accepted or declined, is B tier. You are a very good person to hang around. And you don't care about early sex. You are calm, collective, and patient. And yeah, that's the Benko. Now, a lot of people are going to enjoy what they see next, but first, Benoni. Now you may be wondering what the main line of this one is. The main line of the Benoni is a bit more funner. So again, this is in response to the Queen's Pawn opening. Sorry, I'm getting notifications here in the background. Okay. Knight f6. C4, C5. D5. And here you play e6, and instead of taking knight c3, e takes, c takes. We're getting flashbacks to an English almost. d6, e4, g6, knight to f3, bishop to g7, bishop to e2, and double castle kingside. Yeah, the Benoni is high risk, high reward. And you hate mainline theory with a passion. You hate any mainline YouTubers. You hate any mainline openings. You hate any mainline theory whatsoever. And you are a gambler. Simply put, you're a gambler, where one small mistake could cost you the entire game. But hey, you enjoy taking that gamble every single day. And for that, you're one of those people that others would want to hang around for a little bit. And yeah, you're just an awesome person to hang around. So, easy A tier. And now you're going to see one of the ones that we've seen a lot on this channel already. I've actually played against it a lot more. Shout out to Kalasta for the opening, playing it against me. The bird opening. Man, the bird is such an amazing opening. Here we go. Delete everything. Delete it, please. Thank you. F4. Welcome to the bird, people. D5. Knight F3. Knight F6. E3. G6. B3. Some people play B3, others don't. Just depends. We're going off of mainline theory here. Bishop to G7. Bishop to B2. And castle. What? Am I stupid here? Yeah, I think I'm stupid. F4, D5, Knight F3. I knew I missed something. I was just about to say, I know for sure it's a castle. I just... There. Castle. Welcome to the bird, people. Playing normal moves is boring for you. So you're willing to accept having early game weaknesses just to launch a spicy and chaotic attack. You are also very much patient, and yeah, you only play for your own style, and that in itself is just amazing. So, again, this is a very high player. They don't care about mainline theory, they just enjoy playing the game. They'll accept structural weakness early to tear their opponents apart with their patient play. Yeah, S tier. And that's just spilling a lot of facts when it comes to that. Now we have the Bishop's opening. It's been a while since I've heard the Bishop's opening, I'll be honest. And again, for those who are joining us on the stream, we're playing the main lines of each of these openings. So the Bishop's opening is actually the classic main line of the Bishop's opening. The thing that happens right after it is called the Berlin defense. Berlin and Bishop's opening, we're going to rank the same then. Unless we've already done the Berlin. No, we haven't done the Berlin. Alright. Bishop's opening. Main line. E4. E5. Bishop. C4. Knight F6. And D3. Welcome to the Berlin defense. This can also become a semi-Slav later on. Yeah. Let's just start with the basics here. You enjoy principles. Your life is principles. You only care about principles. You play as if your principal would play as well. Emphasis on principles. And you hate memorizing lines. You only trust your own understanding. So, I mean, you're a pretty good person overall. It's just, you care about principles, yet you don't understand theory that well. Yeah, that's partially a walking contradiction, so, C tier. And yes, now we see a lot of the same one, Blackmar Demer. And again, we are only going with the main line on this. This has to be one of the most spiciest gambits there is. D4. D5. E4. D takes. Knight C3. Knight F6. And then F3. And here black has to take. Knight takes. Yeah, you like spicy positions and winning early. You're willing to give up pieces just to start a fight. And in essence, you don't care about your king's safety. You care about terrorizing the other king, which is good for the most part, unless you're at a lower elo. If you're at a lower elo, and by that I mean 800 and under, please play Prince World. Please. Overall, it's a solid B tier. You're, in essence, you're a menace. And I just knocked over my rook IRL. Trust me, it is not hard. I mean, it, it is somewhat hard looking at all of these and looking at their main lines without showing it on screen. Oh, yes, the Blumfield. Oh, gosh, I see what's coming up next. Brother. So a counter gambit is when your opponent tries to play a gambit and you counter it. Thus the name counter gambit. And yeah, this main line is absurdly long, so please hold on tight. Here we go. D4. Knight F6. C4. E6. Knight F3. C5. What? This is Benoni. This is the Benoni we were looking at earlier. And here you play D5. And black plays B5. You gambited, black counter gambits. And instead of taking here, you take here. D takes, E6. F takes. Now you take with here, and D5. Did I read that right? Yes, I did. There you go. The Blumenfield counter gambit. Essentially, you're a Benoni player. The same stereotype of Benoni applies to you. But you're more calculative. Yep, you see it. Bugger! Indian! D4. Knight F6. C4. E6. Knight F3. BB4 check. Doo-ba-doo-boop, boop-a-doop. DB3 check. BB4 check. No, but in all reality, you just want to check the king early. This is your friendliest tool, checking the king early. And you look to throw white out of their original prep. And you're a calm player. You like calm games. Honestly, you're a pretty good player. And yeah, also IRL, you probably avoid arguments as much as possible and try to actually, calm down said argument. And you want deep, meaningful conversations. And yeah, you're just, yeah, must I say more? all around, you are just amazing. Apologies, that was a sneeze, but I tried to stop it from being too loud on the stream. Yes. This is a mic warning to anybody wearing headphones. You have been warned. The next opening I am going to show you is the Bunk Cloud! Popularized by chess grandmasters, and also played at the highest level, in which we saw the Bong Cloud attack, Gambit Accepted, or whatever you want to call it, between Magnus Carlsen and Hikaru Nakamura, in which they both played the Bong Cloud and proceeded to draw via repetition, playing nothing but king moves after the first pawn moves. I kid you not, you are one of two spectrums on this. I'm just going to. We're just gonna let the moves for the speak for them. Yeah, we're just going to let the uh yeah. So for those of you who aren't aware, you've probably heard lots of memes about the Bong Cloud. Let me introduce you it. E4, E5, King E2. King E2. And here's what Magnus Carlsen and Hikaru Nakamura played. Hikaru, as black, played in response, King E7! And then, 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 and yeah, it's draw by rep. You can do it one more time if you wanted to, and yeah, there's your draw. It's draw by rep. Woo! Yeah, you're the ultimate troll. You're either a troll or you're a grandmaster. Or you're both. And yeah, if you play this as a GM, great, honestly. If you're not a GM, stop it. Just stop. Seek therapy. Please. Because if you successfully, I put in the chat S if you're above 2000. Because if you win with the Bonk Cloud over 2000 elo, no, that's just insane. If you do that, you're absolutely insane. The Borg defense. The Borg defense is as follows. White will start the game with a simple 1 e4. And as black, you don't care. G5. D4. Okay. E6. Essentially, by doing these two pawn moves, which don't even protect each other, you want to light theory on fire, throw it in a trash can, and never see it again. You are chaos enthralled. You win by confusing your opponents until they lose. And you will look like an absolute baboon doing this. And yeah, must I say more? Now we get to the calm part. C's. C's are where a lot of your everyday positions come from. Look at all that. You get the canard, the carcan, the car, the catalan, the Santa, the Clemens, the Cole, the creepy crawly, the Szek. A whole bunch of good names. Of course, I'm going to take a real quick break here because it's been, 45 minutes of me doing this. So, I will be right back, y'all. But yeah, look through the chat, find your opening if it was A or B, and tell me how well I did. Sorry for keeping you guys waiting there. But now we move on to the seas. From sea to shining sea, we start with the canard opening. The canard opening. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. 1d4. Knight f6. 2 f4? Huh? Huh? What do you mean? Huh? Yeah, this isn't a real opening. This isn't even a genuine opening. Like, what? Canard is F tier. Nothing more to say. It's just boring. Why would you do F4 on your second move? Okay. This next opening was popularized by Gotham Chess. Honestly, I don't listen to him when I'm playing this opening, and I break his principles. Because I don't care. I play it my own way and I win more than, well, I've won more than 75% of all my games playing this opening because I don't listen to Gotham. And you should do the same. Don't listen to him. Learn to do it yourself. To put it simply, this is La Carucan. Again, though, we need the most played part of it. So this is going to be fun. Grabbing my water here before I do it, because this is by far one of the most funniest openings. Before we begin, if you are a Sicilian player, viewer discretion is advised. But only if you're a Sicilian player, because you hate the Carucan with a passion. With this in mind, here is the quote-unquote mainline, which is the most played version of Le Carucan. Enjoy. 1e4, 1c6, 2d4, and d5. And the most played version is knight c3, d takes, knight takes, bishop to f5. Carucan. The Carucan is very much steady and calm. It's a very stable opening. And you are a very patient player. You don't enjoy attacking. And you're a very organized person in real life. You like to solve things methodically, just like your opening. And yeah, overall, you're just a very calm person. If you have somebody that you know that plays the Karukon, they're a very good person to hang out around as well. Unless they talk a lot about Gotham chess. So, I'm going to put this discretion. Karukon is S only if the person who plays it dislikes Gotham chess and slash or does not talk about them. If said person talks about Gotham chess, they are C tier. Because nobody wants to listen to Gotham. If you're a high rated player, nobody wants to listen. Sorry, Gotham. That's just the brutal truth. So now we have the car defense. Not to be confused with your IRL car. That is not it. And up until today, I never heard of the car defense. So yeah, let's just get straight into it, shall we? E4. Yeah, H6. What? Wow. So now white has a free middle. Okay. Um, this is the Borg on steroids. This is the Borg's cheaper cousin. Still left here. Like, if I have e4 coming in, I am not pushing my h pawn. What? Wow. Okay. Catalan. Okay, now the Catalan I can get behind. The Catalan, before we begin, is one of by far the best openings in chess. So here we go. d4. Yeah, as you can tell, there are a lot of openings that do d4 around these parts, and knight f6. But it's the next moves that decide what happens. c4, e6, g3, d5, bishop, g2, wrong bishop, d takes, knight f3. Welcome to the Catalan. You're also a calm and collective player, and you enjoy endgames. You hope to destroy your opponent in the endgame. You base solely your knowledge to make sure that you don't fail. And you will study complex lines and you will stick to every principle if it means that you can survive until the end game. Overall, you're a very good person in real life. You'll probably lean more towards fixing problems carefully and slowly. And you're deeply focused in your studies if you do school. So, in simplicity, this is a very good person to have. And if you do play the Catalan, you are an amazing person, just in general. Catalan players, IRL, are S tier, easily. And then we have the Senta game. Everybody learns this at some point. Everybody does. So I really hope everybody here watching this video actually knows what the center game is. E4, E5, D4, E takes D4, Queen takes D4, Knight C6, Queen E3. You could do this, you could do this, you could do this. Personally, you should do E3 or just go back. I do like E3 though. That was recommended. And yeah, you're a rebel. You are a rebel at heart and you don't care about theory, and you enjoy the thrill of the game. In real life, you face problems head on, and you're very unpredictable. Very, very unpredictable, both on and off the board. Overall, a pretty good friend to have in your corner. There are probably better, but still, overall, a good person to hang out with regardless. B tier. Clemens opening? I have never heard of. And we'll probably do this stream until it hits like probably 3. We'll call it around 3. And yeah. Here we go with the Clemens. The Clemens is yeah. Pawn h3. e5. d3. d5. Knight f3. Knight c6. Again, you don't care about normal principles. You're a troll. And everyone will scream at you telling that your position is bad. You don't care. F tier. As you can tell, there are not a whole lot of openings above F tier. And that's good, and there's good reasoning for that, people. Now we go to the Kali system, which honestly I've never heard of up until this point. You learn something new every day, ladies and gentlemen. Kali system is wow. All I can say is wow. D4, D5. Knight F3. Knight F6. E3. E6. So far it's a mirror image. BD3. C5. C3. Knight C6. Knight BD2. BD6. Double castle king side. D takes C5. Bishop takes C5. E4. That is the Kali at its mainline focus. You treat chess as a job. And yeah, you're very calm, very collective. And judging by these moves, anybody who knows any theory would see you as a predictable player. Literally anybody would see you as a predictable player. But in all reality, you are a very, very dangerous player. So, I mean, you're a bit predictable. You're not going to really help other people too much. You just care about your own game. B tier seems like a reasonable place to put it, but we're going to put it C tier. And with that, we get the creepy, crawly formation. Dude. And yes, now we're getting Halloween vibes. Woo-hoo-hoo. Creepy, crawly formation. Now, for reference, everyone, my brother just talked about this today. I kid you not, he talked about this today. He didn't know the name of it. Well, now I can confidently tell him he just played the creepy crawly opening. So, inspired by my brother, this position already exists. It's A3, E5, H3, D5, and C4. Not C3. Yeah, troll. Just troll. And you enjoy unorthodox play. And yeah, D tier. Is it okay if I put this one in D tier because C4 actually makes some sense? But everything else about it is just garbage for the white player. And then we have the Shizek defense. Do we just want to call it there for the day? A through C are completed. We will call it here for today. Let us know what you disagreed with the most in the comments. With that, have a great rest of your day, everyone. And with that, my name is AK signing off here for all of us at Crestmont, formerly California Intercontinental University. Have a great rest of your evening. We might stream again tomorrow for part 2 of this, we might not, but rest assured, we will finish all the chess openings before the regular season starts in just 13 days from now. Good night, everyone.